We are back. 2023 NXL Windy City Major. Matty Marshall got Carl Markowski up here with Rich Telford, a couple paintball legends to help us call this set with the greatest team ever to take the field in the history of the world. San Diego Dynasty, man, over half of the events in the past 2.5 years, they've been victorious, and add just that into a decade of greatness. What a cool story. They're taking on the rookie sensations, Notorious, making Sunday in their third pro event ever. Does Notorious have what it takes to take down the Legends Dynasty? Well, they start off pretty solid here. They get a kill here off the break, and it's going to be, looks like Ryan Greenspan taking the walk as Harrison Fry going to go right into Snake 2 here very quickly. He's got Archie Montemayor behind him, but it's a 5-on-4 situation still in favor of Austin Notorious.
Yeah, big opportunity here early in this match for Notorious being up on body. They do let Archie filter the Snake corner against behind Harrison there, and that's a little bit of a mistake there. They should have tried to contain him and caught him on a move outside.
I'm surprised Harrison is playing the Snake. Maybe not, I'm not surprised. I mean, being a pro player, you can kind of be able to play anywhere.
Carl, you're playing the Snake here at this event.
Well, I'm saying, but I mean, you normally see Harrison kind of play the little bit more, like, especially with Archie. Archie usually been playing the one at least the last few events.
You're not wrong, but that's what makes Dynasty dangerous, right? Is they can kind of draw guys almost out of a hat, and they could play almost any of the positions, because even, you know, they're 2s and 3s. Marcelo could play the one on the Snake side.
Do that job, and they,
you know, so but that's what makes them tough.
But yeah, and I think the reason Harrison's here is because it's an offensive position. It's not a defensive
Look at this. We haven't seen this before. A body glides in for Notorious. He's scanning. He's looking for Harrison Fry. Harrison Fry has no idea he's there. Both these teams just two guys oblivious to each other. And it looks like might have got clipped cross field. D1. Yeah, Chris Shear is really putting some pressure on him. He does get the kill on Harrison. He might have got clipped though in the pack. I see a little something on his pack right here.
The referee's saying he's clean.
I think that's when he went around whatever bunker he was at to come into this.
Well, really good move here for Notorious, making this one interesting.
A little bit of a different look.
Now we haven't. I mean, we've watched a lot of paintball today, and I haven't seen that one yet. Is that Marky Franz?
Yep.
Yeah, Marky. Beautiful move from Marky Franz.
Yep.
Playing nice and calm too when he's in there. There's a lot of players you see, especially on maybe on the divisional side, they'll make a move like that and then they're kind of frantic and then they get shot out of that spot. Made a beautiful move, was patient, made the execution once he saw Harrison.
Ooh, Phil across and
Marcelo.
Yeah, Marcelo tried. I mean, he looked quick to get out there, but you know they just had that lane. So
yeah, Notorious in a 3-on-1 here, Matty.
So Chris Shear going to get saved as Kevin Brethauer, the coach Dynasty, had seen enough. Chris Shear gets up and immediately starts pointing at Marky Franz, saying that I shot him. Unfortunately, it really didn't matter.
Yeah, the
point's already been conceded. The ref was there the whole time.
I try and use that all the time, but it never works. I shot that guy.
Chris is still.
I shot him first.
Still.
This is interesting though. I think maybe Marky might have taken a hit in his pack.
I think it was.
But it didn't leave enough.
No, right.
You know, because I saw something flash off of it.
Breaking off the edge.
But could have been that. And maybe that's what he saw. I saw the same thing. I don't have the best angle on it, even though I could see him. But from that angle, tough to tell. But the thing is, yeah, if a paintball hits you and a ref sees it, it doesn't matter how much paint it left. But if he didn't see it, there has to be a mark there. So it just could have been a bad shake. Regardless, Dynasty going to have to reset. Great first point from Austin Notorious. And now we're going to see San Antonio Xfactor. Second place at the last event. They are, you know, talking about a rebuild. This team is rebuilt and really love this new line. And they are definitely going to be a favorite here at this one. See if they can get through NRG Elite, who's already warmed up here. Body coming off early, though, Rich, for NRG Elite as Billy Bernaccia goes into the Snake untouched. Also looks like NRG going to be losing a body trying to get to that back corner bunker as Geiger took the Snake off the break. Penalty assessed. You're right, Carl. Austin Buffton going to be coming off from that back center. So not looking good here for NRG Elite in this first point.
So is that 2 on 5 right now we're looking at?
Yes, sir.
Looks like, yeah.
Snake 1 and the tower on the D side for NRG. Snake 2, Snake corner, Snake juice box back center, and the wing for Xfactor. 4-on-1 advantage now for Xfactor as Billy Bernaccia trades out with Snake player.
I'll tell you what, though, Rich, Carl, when we're talking about guys that could feast out here this weekend, finally getting a ladder snake, which he was born and bred to do, and he's been really good with unconventional snakes, this could be a really good weekend for Billy Bernaccia.
It better be. It better be. With that kind of talent, forget about it. Come on.
You know what's been an interesting transition for me has been seeing Meter turn into a solid 2.
Yeah.
You know,
he's
really,
one of the best at it.
Yeah, it's really cool to see. I mean, he used to be, you know, one of the younger kids attacking on the teams that he's played for, and he's worked into a great position on Xfactor to where he has just been consistent,
rock
solid, and, you know, efficient at being that 2 behind Billy.
I couldn't agree more. But what I think makes sense is that the best 2s and 3s are guys that used to be front players.
True.
Because they know what it takes to play that position and what those players need to excel and thrive. And so when you have a guy like Meaner who still has top-level athleticism and is quick and small and can play all those spots, because he can just pop off, get right into the one position if he needs to. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, but again, we keep talking about, it's not about your snake player, it's about your snake package. What do you bring in as a 3-man crew here? Ooh, major penalty assess.
No, it's not major.
Was it, what was it?
6 bodies on FSU.
Notorious.
Oh,
I love their passion. I love their passion.
6.
You can only play with 5. It's a new rule just for the season.
I love this because we have a former member of Chicago Aftershock
we're
here
in Chicago.
for this, and we're in Chicago, and Notorious tries the let's take 6 guys out and play this point.
And Big John screws him.
You know, I feel like it never works.
One referee caught him. Only one referee caught him.
It's never worked.
No matter how many people try, it just never works.
It worked once.
Yeah, so Notorious, after going up by 1, dropping the ball, putting 6 bodies out. Hey, guys, you can only play with 5, and there are a lot of refs out there, and they're going to count all the bodies. So, but it is very ironic that we happen to be in Chicago, and Chicago Aftershock used to be. They used to love to try to do that every now and then, put that 6 body out there, see if they count the bodies. But yeah, Notorious, what are you doing?
Or that 11th body, right?
Or the 11th body, or the guys that go, or Bruno calling through the swamp.
Yeah,
a lot of fun stories back in the day. Let's listen in real quick.
All right, let's try that shit again. Hey, it means when we win this shit, it's gonna be that much more interesting.
Hey, just to be clear.
That's one way to look at it.
The problems today.
Love the positivity.
Very positive. They're still tight.
Billy gets shot going in. Oh, so does Colt. Xfactor dropped 2 in the break, man.
Wow.
NRG digging in 2 to snake 2.
Yeah, this is a great break for NRG. They keep 2 in that back center, produces a couple kills. There's no one on the snake, well, 1 body on the snake side.
Yeah, 3-on-5 advantage here for NRG. They need to press this snake side map before Xfactor can figure out how to get up to that corner.
Rich, I agree. They do have to press the snake side, but the one thing that Xfactor's been really good at historically and most recently is they somehow find a way to pull stuff off, like pull situations like this out. There's a couple of tactical retreats for them as they dig back and try to get into D2 outside wide. Guess with a nice move to fill that Landry logistics bunker out in the back corner spot here, snake side, crucial. So a couple good fills, 3, just 3 bodies left alive, but a little bit more defensible positions right now.
Yeah, this is going to be one where we're going to have to see NRG really kind of figure this out and shoot these guys out. And as I say that, they shoot the Dorito guy out, now thinning the herd a little bit more.
TJ Danner now in that tall tower. Xfactor crossed up the snake.
Ryan Brandt saw enough.
I've had enough. Concede.
Towel.
So tie ball game here in both these matches.
Point.
Notorious went up by 1 on Dynasty, but then threw 6 bodies out, squandering their chance. Now tie game. And then NRG Elite with a couple early kills, making the most of it. Yeah, we always want to see some close battles, and at least to start things out, we got some close matches to kick things off here in this set. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Thanks. First match for Dynasty, but they're trying to find all the gaps and lanes they can shoot to kill players on the snake side. Greenspan and Marcelo were kind of debating there in the pits. A shot from the back center to kill anyone in the snake. Marcelo was saying that that gap isn't big enough. Greenspan was saying it's big enough for a paintball, so we'll see if they can get that.
Well, it's interesting. We had Marcelo and Ryan come up to call a set recently, and I mean, until literally 10 seconds as Harris Hussein takes the walk for Notorious. But they were arguing about that same stuff up here until like 10 seconds before we went live. So they're just
never argue.
Yeah, you're right. That's they just always see eye to eye.
Something must be going wrong.
Well, when you have 2 of the best players in the world trying to get their point across.
But that's the secret sauce, though. One of the reasons the Dynasty's been so good for so long is they always have these disparate opinions about things, and they will disagree. But in the disagreement, that's where they get the magic out of it. Ooh, Archie taking the walk from the back corner bunker. Harrison Fry still here in the snake. Looks like Chris Shear going to make his move outside wide. 4 bodies alive for Dynasty.
And Chris Shear now to the 50 box over there on Rio side. 4-on-4.
Notorious still advancing down the field.
Archie Barnes Jr. with a good look in their first game.
And Markey needs to look Drio side because he can keep Chris from going forward there. And now they lose another player on that D side. He really needs to look D side, otherwise Markey's going to get stitched up. And
I don't know if it was Shear who shot that corner or if it was Harrison from the inside of Snake 3 shooting him from that corner.
Harrison has the shot for sure.
Marky getting chopped up, trying to get to that Goose Island brick. Big shout out to one of my favorite IPAs, Goose Island, sponsoring that 50 brick. And yeah, Marky Farms trying to take that spot, going to be taking the walk. But Chris Shear taking the walk from the D side here for Dynasty. Dynasty now going to move up into the wedge with Marcelo and get Greenspan outside wide, D2. 3-on-2 situation here in favor of Dynasty.
Yep.
Locked up at 1, 11:15 to go.
And Notorious's players are both on this snake side, Matty, which makes it tough when you get stacked up like this. Harrison Fry can go highway anytime he wants. Marcelo's looking to go highway as well.
Oh, Harrison dominates. Archie Barnes Jr. waves off Ryan, and that is going to do it here. So 2 bodies left alive on the field for Dynasty. To take a slight lead here, 2-1 will be the score. Harrison probably going to want to check. He was dealing with a lot of firefights over here on the snake side.
Gave that Notorious player in the snake a couple extra.
That's Yosh, actually.
Yes, Josh, yeah.
Yeah, Yosh Rao still getting it done. Look, he looked fast out there. I was like, I thought that was Ryan for a second, but
he still got it.
Yosh still got it. Yosh Rao, so consistent.
Maybe that's the secret sauce. All the guys on Dynasty, the older guys, are just becoming younger.
Yeah, they just keep playing so they don't get old.
They just
if you keep playing, you don't get old. You stop playing, you get old. That's just life.
It's also interesting that Yosh had gray hair at 18, and his hair is not great anymore since then.
Yeah. It is, I don't know if interesting is the word I would look for.
And I feel like I've never seen Yosh without some kind of other headgear besides just headband.
He really likes to switch his head wrap up. Or like his headgear changes all the time.
His headgear game's strong.
Just trying to make it as hard on us as possible.
Well,
super naive.
It's about building a brand, guys. Okay, if you only have one headgear, then that's all you can sell.
Shout out to Hormesis and the boys.
Xfactor going to 2-1-2. Looks like Cody's going to go Dorito side.
Everybody's starting with 5. That's a good plan so far.
Yeah. Xfactor snake on the break.
Looks like 5 on 5. Oh, as I say that, we get 1 dropping from NRG.
And NRG takes the snake. 5 on 4 advantage for Xfactor. NRG drop another player from the juice box. So 3 on 5 advantage for Xfactor.
Yeah, great gunfighting right now for Xfactor. Set themselves up in a really good spot here. Try to take the lead. Still got some work to do. You can see there on your screen, body for NRG Elite in the snake. Body filtering out is Austin Buffton. Going to be able to get to the door. Just one body that D-side way, though, at the tower. So
and he can't really stop anybody up there.
No, tower not the best spot over there.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be up to their snake side. He knows that, so he gets right out of that spot and goes into D2. Give himself a little bit better fighting position, dealing with 2 bodies for Xfactor going that side, but they already have LJ Parrish. You know what I really like seeing on this specific event is we're seeing a lot of D-side guys play the snake.
Yeah.
You know, Parrish, typically a D-side player. He's been one of their stalwarts on their starting line, but now in a really good spot at the 50-yard line here in the snake. Carl, we just talked about this. You're a D-side guy typically playing the snake. Why do you think that is, Carl?
You know, I just like to do whatever my team feels like they need.
But just generally speaking, like, why are we seeing all these D-side guys play the snake? Harrison, a D-side guy, snake. Parrish, D-side guy, snake.
So I think it comes down to
Eaton, a D-side guy, snake.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's just the way that the ladder snake is set up, where it's guys who normally, shoot, push. It kind of just correlates a little bit to a ladder snake, and
totally.
And maybe that's why we're seeing that.
No, and it makes sense. I mean, yeah, absolutely. If you're one of the coaches and you got a guy that's good at putting guys in and making moves, well, you're a good paintball player. You can play on your stomach too if you have to. So.
I might not always like it, but
yeah, you're gonna burn a lot more calories over here on this on the snake side than you are on the D side. But so Ninos always so good as the second attacker, staying very close. The key with your as a good second attacker at 2, called those the 2s, stay as close to your front player as logically possible, given the situation and the layout, and then be mobile. And so he goes in, gets right back into Snake 1, very proactive here, Meter Ninos, and they also have a body right behind him. I think that's Colt Roberts. So again, it's not about your Snake player, it's about the package, the squad you have on this side.
That's a solid package.
3 of these guys could play front on any team at any given time, and you have 3 on one line down one side of the field. It's really cool to see.
Yeah, looking good here for Xfactor on the Snake side.
It's fair to say they have some depth.
I would
in
say.
their snake side program.
You know, and it's just like you were saying, Matty. You know, if any of these guys were to, get shot or take the walk, any of these guys could fill in and play that spot just as well.
Yeah, and sometimes the guy has to take the walk because he has to go bunker out the guy in front of him.
Yeah.
You know? So it's
and
just,
the math is that, right? If there's only 2 guys in front of you, you can go get one of them and leave your guys.
If it's 3 versus 2 and you're pairs and you get a chance to bunker the guy clean, go bunker him because now it's going to be 2-on-1, and then all of a sudden you just have the one guy left alive.
And Meter does the same thing, and Colt wins the game.
Yeah, 100%.
And if need be, Meter can go from the inside, bunker the guy, and
And also having the creativity. But this is why Xfactor's potent right now. This is why they're as consistent and one of the top teams again, making it all the way into a one-on-one and just getting a bad shake of it with Jacob Edwards playing the hero again. That's the only reason they lost this last event. So it would not shock anyone if we were to see Xfactor in the finals. Now, a lot of work to do here. Obviously, it's tied up right now with NRG Elite. We're in game 1 of the 4 games they get in the prelims. But it has been a pretty impressive year so far for Xfactor. No wins yet, but all signs are pointing to this franchise being really good yet again.
Everybody's running out of paintballs.
Yeah, it's definitely slowed down a little bit.
Yep, NRG. And that snake corner looks like he's just about out of paint. We got Meters, got 2 pods left. I think LJ only has a pod on his back. I don't think Colt has any.
And Xfactor still got 5, right?
Yeah, but Bo Buffton just caught one. You could see there on your screen, back corner bunker.
I think
going to be
Cody
taking the
shot
walk
from cross field.
Yeah,
5 on 2.
Might have been, or the 50 wrapping around. Do you have a shot? You played D-side. Do you have a shot from the back corner bunker wrapping around on that?
I believe so. But Cody was over the top, and as soon as that happened, he started reacting, which just made me feel like, okay, I'm pretty sure Cody shot him.
Well, then immediately, as soon as that body drops and Parrish isn't feeling the pressure, he goes and bunkers out. Maybe he gets 1, maybe 2. I think he got another team kill, because he immediately flipped around and was gesturing towards his boys.
Guys.
You do all that work, and then you get shot.
Yeah, by your own guy. I possibly. Still, great job by Parrish.
A kill.
Great job. Everyone in Xfactor played really well in that one. It's a solid team effort.
Yeah, that was pretty much as good of paintball as you can play on this layout, right? Like that was perfect game plan, perfect execution. 3 guys in the key positions over here, snake side. 2 guys in key positions, D side. Nobody dying.
And did it slow, methodical?
Yep.
Because if you're going to win the point, why not eat a little clock up?
For sure.
Yeah, so we're in the pits here with Xfactor. Let's listen in real quick. Ooh, Bayless in there is on that one, too.
Such a solid roster for Xfactor.
Yeah, not a bunch of egos, not a bunch of hotheads.
I shot him on my first engagement. That's the only kill I knew.
Love that Colt Roberts is doing jiu-jitsu. It's great.
Have you belted up yet?
I'm still blue belt.
Blue belt.
Blue belt's good, man. That's where you want to be.
I would like to see a Rich Telford, Karl Markowski jiu-jitsu match.
It would be very short.
I'm not arguing.
I had a good line earlier. Dalton was picking on us because talking to Harris and giving us a hard time for New York Extreme guys. And I was like, guys with glass bodies shouldn't throw rocks. And he's like, that's the best comeback I've ever heard.
Did you tell him that you were going to choke him out?
No.
I got some funny Rich Telford choking people out stories. Anyway, back into this one here as Arturo Andrade now taking over the attack on the snake body, walking off for Notorious.
Really slowed down, hasn't it, guys? Like, just in these last few points, I feel like the pace has really slowed down.
But it's control. Yeah, Alex Frazier in a good spot over there on the D side. Another body coming off here for Austin Notorious. So Dynasty does seem to be starting to get into a groove. They're getting guys spins.
No pressure.
Let's get Alex out there. Let's get him, keep him fresh. Let's get Arturo, keep him fresh. They do not have a Mikey Urena here on this one.
Is Mikey hurt?
Yeah, he's got a bad groin pull.
Which
is rough because this is probably the greatest snake that Mikey's ever going to get to play in the next 5 years. Yeah. So unfortunate for him. This could have been a playground for him. But it's Dynasty. They have next man up. They got a lot of dudes on that team.
Yeah.
Let's we're in the pits here with Dynasty. Let's check it out.
Thank you, brother. Hey, up by 2, 10 minutes.
And then I got to the 100 just in time to catch this guy going to the corner, but I missed him, I guess. I was there. He was hit. He, walked off. He shot down the tape, they said.
Young up-and-comers.
Up-and-coming players, Alex Frazier and Ryan Greenspan.
Once those guys figure it out, once their experience catches up with their skill, they're going to be amazing.
So good. 8:24 to go, and a 2-point lead here for Xfactor. Billy and Meter catching one here.
Yeah, Geiger got them both.
Xfactor going down the Dorito side, though. We got Dorito 2.
Well, they need it right now. They got one body on an island over here on the D side back corner bunker with Tom. That was a great fill for Guest.
Yeah, if they would have shot Tom, the game would be over right now.
It is. Tom Guest is a big dude.
He moves well.
But he moves really well for a big guy.
That's LJ back over there on the Dorito side.
Yeah, LJ's...
And when I say big, I mean like 6'4", you know, like a really tall guy.
Like an adult.
Yeah.
Like an adult-sized man.
He is an adult-sized dude for sure. I don't look up at many people, and Tom Guest is a big dude. And yeah, so he's on this island over here, Snake side. You can see our eye in the sky. It's just Tom over here. Look how far Geiger is up. He's on to Xfactor side. NRG needs this one. 7:30 to go. Close game, but still 2 bodies that he has to, the Geiger's working with over there with Parrish now flipping over. Parrish is at D2.
This would be a huge win if NRG can figure out how to beat Xfactor out here.
Well, TJ Danner's still alive too, man. He's at that tower, and he's been so hard to kill.
Yeah.
TJ Danner on his return from his knee injury, he just keeps getting better and better. He looked really good at the last event. He's a big threat for Xfactor, and he's just really good at shooting lanes, really good at a lot of things, winning one-on-ones, but he's at that tower, so it's going to be a little bit of a tough order here for Geiger to get through that gun, but he does have the Snake to himself.
Well, they need Buffton in there in the back tower to shift off of defense, right? When it's a 5-on-3, you don't really look for the other team to fly down the field. And if you've got key positions, move closer to those key positions so you can support those guys.
And Devin Stewart also has moved up into the wedge, so big pickup. This is actually a huge pickup for NRG Elite. Devin Stewart's been past 10 years or so on Houston Heat, but coming over to NRG Elite, that means that he's going to play every single point and has a chance to be the man over there and be their all-star. So good to see him get a ton of spins. At a pretty crucial spot, but they're trying to close out this high body moment right now. Xfactor just dug in, tightening things up, trying to preserve this tiny 1-point lead they have with 6 minutes and 15 seconds left to go.
Good luck with trying to dig out Xfactor in a position like this. They're up by 1. Not really in terrible spots right now.
Yeah.
Spots that
the spots
you want to
be,
be,
right?
Exactly. And
the guys you want. You want Danner in there. You want Guest in the corner. Like, those are solid guys.
Monster gunfighters.
Yeah. And you want guys for NRG to have a couple guys in the back line that are completely out of play and just not even playing the same game.
Yeah. I feel like this NRG player needs to shoot tape and then wrap. See if he can maybe just start throwing balls randomly. They know there's a Dorito 1. Start throwing balls over there just to try and maybe alleviate a little bit of pressure for his Snake guy to maybe do a little bit of work.
I feel like if the Snake guy's got the 2 Dorito guys shooting at him, then it's up to the 2 Dorito guys to get through the 1 guy over here that's keeping them back.
Or even the guy in the middle. I mean, Devin's doing a great job of
They have 3 guys playing defense that shouldn't be playing defense.
Because I feel like if Devin wanted to, he could go up to this brick into the middle.
For sure.
And maybe have a little bit better angle
work on Tom, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because he might even have a loader shot on Tom in that corner, and maybe even have a shot on Danner.
And also, there's a decent amount of pressure off because Geiger's way up the field. Look where Geiger is on the screen.
5
He's
on
onto
3.
their side. So Geiger's going to be taking the bulk of the pressure from Parrish and from Danner, and then Guest is just locking up on that D side, trying to protect Parrish and Danner. And yeah, so Devin kind of got the ball a little bit here.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different situation. Though Devin's used to being the support guy, and now he's in a different role where he's got to be the guy, right? Like, when you're not waiting for another guy to make a move and you clean up, you've got to be the guy to make the move.
Well, and also their D side too. There's 1 gun looking their way.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It's just Tom Guest, coast to coast shot, trying to protect 2 bodies from moving up on the side.
Right?
Yeah, you got Austin, and I'm not sure who that is over there at the wedge, but I mean, there's just 1 gun holding them up.
Well,
there's not that much stopping them.
Well, I think that's why the ball was in Devin's court, was because there is a gun across field.
But Geiger taking the walk. That's a tough death from Geiger. You're down by 1. There's 4 minutes left. I understand. Hey, you're probing, but he doesn't have the ball. No. You have to let the play develop, man. Let your guys get up and take a little pressure off you. You got 2 guns looking at you.
LJ filling Dorito corner. I don't know if that was necessary. I mean, I think he filled that corner because
it's a
NRG filled that corner.
Because it keeps the 50 Dorito from the box from
you can see it there.
Yeah. That's when we were saying the best spot. No, when we were saying the best spots, I was like, yeah, the only better spot would be that Dorito corner. So when he went out there, I was like, smart kid.
I mean, it is hard though to get dug out of that thing.
Yeah, for
that
sure. But you
3-1.
can't keep that box from wrapping, and he's outside in on you, so you're
hard to
gonna die.
shoot too. Nice fill to get out to that back corner. Not the easiest run with some guns on you.
But also very lucky that he didn't get shot by Devin on the
100%,
inside going out there.
But that's what I'm saying. But there's now a lot of pressure on Devin. You know, he's got a back player. Now he kind of has the ball. You know, he's catching some pressure. 2 bodies over there. They have to eventually push forward. They're running out of time. 3 minutes and 19 seconds left.
So this is another shot that I saw that a bounce shot that works is if you're in a position like this, obviously that corner guy can shoot the snake guy and they can shoot each other. If you wrap the outside, you can shoot that tower and it bounces into the corner.
Nice. That's good insight. Thank you. Yeah, and again...
Well, he can give all the secrets away because he's out there just devastating the snake side with the newbies.
It's a little frustrating for me as the coach's point of view is it was a 5-on-3, right?
Right.
And you wait till you lose a guy, and then you start to play offense, right? Before you lose that guy, when you have the 5 guys, that's when you want to start pressing your advantage a little bit.
And it's another thing, too. I mean, to be able to have field recognition on, yes, in the beginning of these games, 5-on-5, normally these games are 1 on the tapes. But a situation like this is something that really needs to have like a thread the needle type of play to where you have to go up the middle to be able to start clipping loaders and possibly even turning guns to be able to let your outside guys work maybe a little bit more just by putting pressure on the inside and maybe turning some barrels in one way.
But this is one of the longest points we've seen out here this entire weekend. Xfactor continues to do this. They go up, they like, as we talk about damage doing this, but Xfactor is really good at this too. They go up a couple points, they go up a point or 2, and they start to try to drag you into the deep water. What does that mean? That means, well, they lock zones up and they force you to make these low percentage plays into zones they're controlling and hoping they're going to make the shot on you. More often than not, they do. But we'll see if Devin Stewart can crack it open. He's got a pretty good angle here. He's using that stand-up box to block out that back corner bunker. Gets a shot on TJ.
Got to be careful because if LJ shoots back at him,
the bounce shot right there. But does LJ know that he's there?
I think he might be trying to just hold the tape down.
Yeah.
So LJ wraps around and gets that kill.
So he can live on the outside now.
Well, it took him a while, but that was a pretty nice close here from NRG Elite. I mean, Xfactor was in a low body situation for a long period of time, and they ate a lot of clock off, but now we got a tie ball game here with 1 minute and 19 seconds left. That was a really good, again, it took a while, but it doesn't matter. If it's that close of a game, who cares if it takes 6 minutes?
Yeah.
As long as you tie the game up, cool. Now, you are in a treacherous situation because if you don't tie the game up, now you're down by 2 with not a lot of time left. But they made the most of the high body situation, cost them a couple bodies or a body to do it. But that was a good close from the boys from NRG Elite. Good job by Devin Stewart and his boys.
But now you're playing 5-on-5 again against Xfactor. I mean, are the odds better? I don't know. I would have liked to see Elite maybe close that game out a little bit quicker and a little bit more efficient. And have a little bit of time.
They still did it though. They
absolutely.
You're not wrong, but they still were able to get that point. The most important thing, get that point. So they utilized as much time as they had to take in order to get that tying point on the board.
True. And
keep it even now, because now back to 5-on-5. Jumping back. Speaking of 5-on-5, Dynasty up by 2 here against Notorious.
Chris Shearer, the big bite D-side, Maddie, for Dynasty. 4-on-4.
Dynasty on the red side.
4-on-5. 4-on-5 Austin, Maddie.
Yeah, Austin Notorious on the blue side, and we're looking over the shoulders here for Austin Notorious from the blue side of the field. 2-point spread. They need to get something going. A lot of time to work with here. 9:25. Artemani Muir, back corner bunker. Able to make it out wide to that Landry Logistics spot. Big shout out to one of our new sponsors, Landry Logistics, handling logistics for companies in the South.
Chris Shearer battling from that 50 Dorito side to the center 50. Yeah.
Notorious going into the snake. Uncontested now. Also having a player behind him holding that tape. Maybe try to take another bite.
Yeah, keep going, right?
Especially with a guy behind you that's holding tape.
Yeah. Archie's kind of locked inside. Archie's going to try to come back out the tape, though. Oh, and Archie catches him.
Ooh, yeah, tough death there. Archie Barnes taking the walk. Harris Hussein trying to come over with trying to protect that player up in the center. Who's at the Goose Island brick.
Yeah, gets looking back center.
Looking towards that D side. Here comes Archie now, made his way into the snake.
So with this position, I was just going to say, do you have that corner guy fill in and then try and get Harris out to that corner?
Harris goes out to the corner now, yeah.
Oh, bad death in the middle.
Yeah, 3 left for Notorious.
Yeah, that's a tough death out of that spot. Down by 2. Still, there's a
Chris Shear got shot.
lot of time to work with. Yeah, good kill on Chris Shear here for Notorious, but Marcelo Margot is right there next to him to take over the attack as another body drops from that side, and then Harris gets shot as he tried to get out wide. Snake side, and then Archie Montemayor is going to come through and trade out, and just another solid close here from Yosh Rao. That's a couple solid ones from Yosh and Marcelo.
Exactly what we expect from him.
Well, you're not lying. Yeah, that's definitely, after 20 years, that's definitely what we expect.
If they didn't do that, we'd be surprised.
That's definitely what we expect from them. So Dynasty going to extend their lead a bit here, and they are totally fine with burning this clock off. Not sure why Notorious is not conceding. Maybe they want to keep it close. They are playing Dynasty, and with Notorious already dropping their first one against New York Extreme, was a 4-point loss there. Notorious cannot lose this one big. They really, so this makes a lot of sense. If you're Ryan Gray, you got 2 more games tomorrow. You're playing the best team in the world, and after losing your first one against New York Extreme by 4, margin, man. You do not want to have to go into a situation where you need to blow somebody out tomorrow and win a big Mercy Rule win.
Yeah, it's a tough situation.
Yeah, when you're the upcoming pro team. Let's check in again with Lauren.
Thanks. 1:20 left on the clock. Xfactor does not want to let this one go into overtime. They said they're going to go out there and get this point. But during that last point, Colt Roberts, Ninios, and Billy Bernaccio were standing on the sidelines watching that long point go down, trying to figure out what they should be doing differently when this happens later in the tournament. They said they got to make moves a little faster. Of course, when it's 3-on-3, they were able to get a kill, let it play out and see what happens. But overall, they're trying to figure out all the mistakes they're making right now in their first tournament, in their first match for this tournament, to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Look, I mean, Xfactor's the top contender. As long as they come out with a win, the harder the struggle, the more they're going to learn from this one. Oh, and a bomb goes off over on NRG's side of the field. 2 bodies coming off early. Billy Bernaccio off to the races here, hits the deck. He's going to crawl all the way down to NRG Elite side. They do not know he's there. He's going to get a free kill probably on the tower.
I think he missed him.
He did.
I definitely saw something break. I don't know if it was off the body or the bunker. Oh, he's good to go. So yeah, Billy did miss his shot, but now everyone's worried about Billy. That's going to loosen things up for Meteor Ninios. He's going to get all the way on the other side. There goes Austin from NRG Elite. So Billy clocking in, Meteor with him too. Ooh, but Meteor.
Team kill.
Oh, team kill for Meteor. It doesn't really matter, though. It's a very quick concession because it looks like TJ Danner and Cody Bayless were pushing that D side.
I have something.
I mean, that was a yes, Rich. You got your hand up. Yes, Rich Telford, Mr. Telford. What can I do for you?
The ultimate test of if you're a good team guy is if you just win a point with like 4 guys alive and you get shot by one of your guys, you don't turn around, give him the hand. You just walk, run off, like, hey, we just won that, like exactly what Meteor did, right? Turned around, didn't do the, come on, guys, I was carrying the whole team on my back.
Which I'll tell you what, look, Meteor has...
Good dude.
Yes, good. He's a great dude. I love Meteor Ninios. He's been on, before he found his home again with Xfactor, I mean, that guy was on like a lot of top teams coming up the ranks.
Yeah, he gets around.
He did, but once you found his go-to home, he's been very comfortable in that spot. But I like that you picked that up because he realized they were still murdering him, so he just turned around and was like, all right, fine, no big deal, team killed, no big deal.
The first guy I've seen today that got team killed that didn't make a big deal about it.
What do you think, Carl?
It still hurts.
It sounds like something's fresh. Did you get today?
It's okay though. We're here to support
I've
you.
been there before.
I don't know if I probably was your back guy for a long time. I don't think I probably did shoot you at some point.
I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, if you're in the mix, you're gonna get mixed up a little bit.
Yeah, but you used to shoot me in the start station all the time. You were that guy.
That late shot. That those late
hair
shots.
triggers. Hair triggers.
I mean, yes. Anyway, jumping back into this one. Carl shot me a lot of times in the
I do remember a couple leg shots.
So, yeah, it looks like a couple bodies coming off for Dynasty right now, though. They still do have Arturo Andrade and Blake Yarber here, Snake side, but that D side looks completely blown open, Rich. You see any Dynasty bodies over there?
I do not. I got 3 here, Snake side. I don't see anybody D side, Matty.
Dynasty up by 3 right now on Notorious with 6:18 to go, but, yeah, looking like just the Snake side here for Dynasty. And
is he losing none, Matty?
Yeah, going to be losing Arturo. Marky Franz moving up. Ooh, but getting caught from somewhere. Who just shot Marky?
He's kind of looking around.
Yeah, either we're missing a body or there's a team kill.
I think that was a team kill.
He looked at his Dorito guy in the wing over there.
Yeah, because I don't think Yarber can see him
no,
well.
That was a team kill. Whoever's in the D side wedge shot him.
Someone decided to get in the game.
Kovar going to come down, stitch up Blake Garber. Just Ryan Greenspan, back corner bunker, and that is going to do it here. So staying in this match, Austin Notorious with 5:28 to go. Streaking down that D side.
Good win.
With,
good adjustments.
Solid work from Notorious to stay in this match.
Shadows are starting to get long.
That's what she said.
Yeah, nice job by Anthony Bowles. There in the D side. We're in the pits. Let's listen in real quick.
I should still hear you, but that's my fault. Oh, we're doing all right. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We got 30 seconds. Hey, breathe, boys. Nice job. Feel that momentum. Let's keep going. We're okay right now. Nice job.
20 seconds.
Harris been pretty quiet.
You know, man, he's been pretty stoic the past couple events. So he got picked up last event by Notorious, went out and did his job, played pretty well for him. He's had pretty good look so far here at this one.
To be fair, a little insight, that's what the coach is looking for out of Harris, is him to kind of not have that attitude on the other side. He said, you know, he wants him to pump his guys up, but he doesn't want to pump the other team up.
Yeah,
which is something we struggle with.
That's what Ryan Gray said. He's like, look, you can play hype. I want you to be you, but let's hype our guys up and not the other team.
Yeah.
So if we have a good point, they'll go over to poke the bear, come over and pump our guys up.
Yep. NRG in Snake 3, I believe it's Geiger again. Gets his
Snake
first
4. Snake 5 now.
Every time Geiger's gotten up here, he's gotten 2 or 3 kills. That's 2.
This is Bowen.
Oh, Bowen, sorry.
Got to be careful, though, because LJ's still alive on that Dorito side.
And he's releasing and no one's looking.
Nope.
He's going to get a couple
Get
right
that
here.
kill.
Oh, God. No one has... Parrish is just decimating people.
LJ just
Parrish
ran
has shot
that
3
too.
or 4
Oh, he's
already.
missed. He missed the last guy.
Oh, he missed Austin Buffton. So Parrish was doing all he could over there on the east side. Chalked up about 3 confirmed kills, but lost Austin. Maybe not lost him, but it was just there was so many variables he was dealing with.
Is that Nico?
He's yelling, screaming. Oh wait, no, not Nico. That was Devin Stewart. Sorry,
Or
Devin Stewart.
Yeah.
Ooh, great job by Devin Stewart. So it was Devin Stewart sneaking through. And Parrish wheeling and dealing, chalking up kills on the D side. Major penalty going to throw up, getting thrown up in the air.
On who?
I don't know. It looks like Devin's pumped, so I think it's going to be on Xfactor.
I wonder if it's when he ran down the guy in the
Ran out
corner.
of bounds and came back inbounds, maybe.
No, because I feel like they would have told him that he's dead.
Okay, I'm not looking for trouble. I'm just giving you like a possibility. Maybe it was that. You come in hot, bro.
Paintball's full of variables.
Why are you getting so mad at Rich?
We're all friends here.
I can't see his eyes.
Was it
He's
the
intimidating.
jiu-jitsu challenge that he
Maybe.
talked about earlier?
Well, I think it is that when he ran the corner guy down, he might have just maybe spun a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, it looked like
You
it might
guys
have been.
can't see it, but
might have been a spin.
Rich has armed himself, and Carl's got that crazy look in his eye.
It's like the old days.
Yes, I was just gonna say.
Guys, settle down. It's going to be okay. We're all friends up here.
I wonder what the argument it is, though.
Yeah, not sure. That was a little chaotic at the end of that one, and hopefully maybe Lauren could sort it out for us. But yeah, 2-point spread here was Notorious. Still got a chance. 5:17 to go. Harrison Fry untouched in the Snake. He's going to get an enemy as Austin Notorious going to get Dyer in here. And no, it's Kovar. Oh, Kovar in the Snake right now.
Yeah, a little different look here. This is the first time I've seen Harris Hussein sitting for Notorious. He might just need a little more offense early in the points because he's notoriously a really good closer for them.
Well, they need 2, and they only have 5 minutes to work with. So
makes sense.
And Harris, he's good, but he doesn't really have the wheels that some of these other guys have.
Well, he hasn't been getting shot on the break, so it's like a double negative. If you don't shoot the outside guy and you don't get out there, you're kind of hurting your team.
Snake 3, we have Harrison over here. It's really sketchy looking inside from Snake 3, especially if they're across field. There's a nasty bounce shot off of that wing.
And there's that gap too, right?
Depends on the field.
Yeah, from that wing on that side, they can pound right through that hole, and we've seen multiple people be eliminated from it.
I hate it when that happens.
That's super frustrating.
Yeah, getting shot through holes in the bunkers.
And they give that ref the look like,
terrible.
you can see that I'm below the bunker, right? Like, you can see that I didn't stick my head above, so I really shouldn't be dead right now.
Yeah. So maybe you get some guys, they'll come through and they'll just take a pot out and
pop
that
it
would be
right in there.
hey, dump your take your empty, put it in that hole.
Or a full one. I mean, you can frisk it out and just throw a full one
You
in
just
there.
got to be careful if you pick the full one up with a hit on it and ref sees it. Sometimes they'll pull you out for that. So again, public service announcement for everybody.
Don't pull it.
So Kovar in the Snake 2. He's got Marky Franz right beside him. Here on the blue side of the field for Austin Notorious.
He's got 2 in front of him, though, with Harrison Fry looking inside and Archie on the tape.
Yeah, and Dynasty in a good position. They got 3 bodies on this snake side. Harrison Fry in a really good spot. Oh, here comes the move.
Nice.
Michael Kovar going to try to run down Harrison, who's seeing if he's hit. So it was a clean run on the highway for Michael Kovar.
Marky makes a great fill over here, Matty, from the center to the snake.
But Archie makes a great fill to counter. And then Archie's going to actually beat him into snake 2. And then here comes a fill out wide for Marcelo.
Nice fill for Marcelo. Dynasty clearly understands that this is a 3-person package on the snake side, and all 3 guys have to be willing to go through the snake, not just play that side of the field, but actually go through it.
No surprise, Dynasty knows how this field's supposed to be played, and they, we talked about it. This is not about your snake player. It's about the package you have over here, the squad, and it's not a one-man job. So
I just like the fact that you keep saying package.
It's a strong package over here for the strong team.
Strong package.
Yeah. So
Notorious with a good fill to that Drew to corner, Matty.
Oh, Marky Moore eats up Marky. Marky shaking his head in frustration, knows he just got owned by one of the legends out here, Archie Montemayor.
And Marky's one of those new up-and-coming guys that's super good, but Archie's at that next level.
Yeah, Archie, multiple-time MVP, helped put Xfactor on the map, decided to come over to Dynasty, not even knowing he would. I mean, sure, it's Archie, so he's going to get some playing time, but he became a star again for Dynasty, and now clearing things out. Archie just lived through the mudfest at Burning Man. So
Archie getting a penalty.
Is it Archie?
I'm 100%
major on Archie.
No, he's saying that
Archie was begging for them to get a major. Major was thrown. He seems pumped. I think that major might have been on Notorious.
Yeah, maybe.
He did talk after he was dead, though.
For sure, but Archie doesn't get penalties.
Does that penalty not
for Dynasty impact? If you're an upper echelons guy, you get a little bit more of a leeway.
I remember arguing like that before and getting a minor penalty because
it's for sure. So against the rules for sure. Yeah, you can't do it.
It never even.
Yeah. If we were playing and I was out there talking, I would get pulled for sure.
100%.
Oh, really, Rich?
2 penalties. I'm going to give you 2 penalties.
One now and one for you to think about when you're walking off the field.
So Xfactor up by 2 on NRG Elite. There's the line for Xfactor. Tom Guest going to get a spin. Colt 45. Meter Ninos, number 3. LJ Parrish. Very versatile. I mean, we see Parrish on the snake side. Parrish handling on the D side. And let's get a update here on that penalty from Lauren.
Yeah, trying to figure out that penalty right now. The call coming off the field was it was expected to be that TJ Danner walked out of bounds. However, Jason Trozen is in the box reviewing the tape, and he asked for 30 more seconds. So we'll see if that gets overturned.
30 seconds.
So that's crazy, Carl. There's a chance that somebody went out of bounds on that point, huh?
Well, I don't have
Did we even talk about that or look at that as a possibility, or we just?
I don't have my high definition sunglasses on like you do, Rich. So it's really hard. The sun was in my eye.
I feel the tension building here, and I think we should have a jiu-jitsu match at the end.
Yeah, me too.
I got $10 on Carl. Rich, I love you, but you're getting old.
That's fine. Yeah. No problem. I'll take it all day.
Don't put the bear in the corner.
Wait, who's the bear? Are you the bear or is he the bear? Who's the bear in this situation?
I'm more of like...
They're giving themselves a stare down right now.
If we start wrestling, I'll have sex with you. The last thing you're going to have to worry about is jiu-jitsu, my friend.
Hey, and I'll pay you afterwards.
Got to keep it PG.
Sorry. Starting to get fired up over here.
Yeah, so other than the jiu-jitsu match between Carl Markowski and Rich Telford, which actually at this point I'm not sure I have my money on, but right now it is Xfactor sitting kind of waiting in the wings here to see, was it TJ Danner going out of bounds, the penalty? We're not sure. They have a 2-point lead against NRG Elite. NRG Elite's looking scrappy here. I mean, Xfactor, one of the best teams in the game. Not a bad look for NRG Elite.
Besides that headgear right there.
Yeah. And, if he had one friend on the team, they would tell him, hey, that's what you look like. But, yeah, NRG is always in the mix, right? Like, ever since they kind of found their footing, they've always been in every single tournament, and they're just not quite there, but they're super close.
Yeah, just another one of these up-and-coming teams. Again, 20 professional teams. There's 200 players out here. NRG, after the second event, was sitting at 11th place with a 10th and then a 14th, dropping down to 13th after the third event with an unfortunate 17th place for them going 1-3. But they did be damaged. So it's like you just never know. Another team that's been having a lot of roster, I wouldn't say issues, but moves, trying to make moves and losing guys, picking guys up. Getting Devin Stewart's huge for them. There's some talent on that squad. Lost Weaver, that's a loss, but then with the addition of Stewart, so who knows? But the fact that they're this close right now with Xfactor, we'll see what the call is going to come in. So kind of just waiting on this call from our commissioner.
When did Devin go over there?
Be.
I mean, it seems like a kind of a weird move.
Recent, about a month and a half ago.
Because he's out of Texas, right?
Well, yeah, but the thing is okay, look, if you're Devin, I talked to Devin at the hotel last night, and I was like, how are things with the new squad? And it looks like we're about to jump into this, but he seems to be very happy with the fact that he's going to play every single point and has a chance, to be one of their core guys. Ooh, so...
That's always fun.
Yeah, NRG starting with 4, losing one on the break, shooting one on the break. 3 on 4 advantage for Xfactor.
I feel like something like that. Were they just told that the penalty was going to be assessed and that they only have to start with 4?
Well, hold on. I think Lauren's got an update. Lauren, you got some for us?
Yeah, right before that point, Jason did confirm that the penalty was going to be on NRG for playing on.
What? And then they have 10 seconds to get the guy off the field?
And the guy almost like he was lined up on it, and then the last second kind of peeled off.
Yeah.
Didn't start.
I don't think they got a penalty for that guy peeling off. I think someone got shot.
That's what I was. That was my next question, because then they did receive a minor. It didn't look like, Rich, I saw what you saw.
Yeah.
It looked like there was another additional penalty.
And we've talked about this in the past, Matt. The one thing that NRG seems to struggle with is penalties in matches, right? And we've talked about, like, hey, if you get penalties in matches, it's probably because you're getting a little loose in practice.
Well, so Devin Stewart and Geiger and Allen, their owner, everyone's over here kind of giving John at the head ref here, saying, hey, what's the deal? Geiger looking very frustrated. Devin's laughing at him. Devin. Look, Devin's played on Heat. He's been a part of a lot of championship squads, and a referee gave him his input, and Devin just laughed and was like, oh, really? That's the call? That's your call? Okay.
Sorry, I was trying to listen to kind of what the argument was.
Did you hear anything?
No.
You're fired. Just kidding.
I from what I heard, it sounded like they knew, and the time was going off, and they just didn't recognize it until it was almost too late.
Yeah. So a little bit of tough break here for NRG is going to be, we've still got the score up it's still 4-2. Jason probably doing another review. Dynasty's already out there ready to go. Notorious is out there ready to go.
Everybody's ready to go.
This gives them, we're ready to go.
Are they reviewing that Archie penalty that he was calling about?
I don't know.
Is that what they're doing?
Trojan's got his hands full right now.
Yeah, I think he's on the next one already.
Also, how do you get that job as head ref? Up on the podium, just not where all the paintballs are not?
Yeah.
Don't need to get shot.
I don't know if you can see that from your shot. I don't know if you can see it, but he's got like a little drink on the side. He's got air conditioner on his feet. It's pretty incredible.
The biggest problem you have is in the morning, the sun's in your eyes.
Yeah. The glare coming from the D side in the mornings is
going to be terrible.
Well,
and we're bringing in a recliner for him. Yeah, we're going to have a recliner for him by Sunday.
He's wearing Crocs.
Yeah, he's just going to sit in there nice and comfy, not getting shot.
He can wear Crocs. He's on the tower.
Sounds terrible.
Those are actually Vans.
Well, you got to earn that spot.
Croc fans.
I think there's a lot of refs out there, so if they're going to give the head referee the nod, you must have done your time already in the trenches.
I've also noticed a subtle little change in the referees that we're picking up now. There's 4 dudes out there that are at least 6'4" on that field refereeing.
Yeah.
There are a lot of big guys.
Yeah. And
that's
what I'd be picking too, right?
Yeah.
Like, hey, you fast, 7 feet. Yeah, come on in. You got it.
Are we going to use Big John as the?
He's the metric.
Yeah, he's the metric.
There's about 4 Big Johns out there.
Yeah.
And Big John's big enough that when he says you're hit, you're like, okay, cool.
Guess I'm hit.
Yeah, guess I'm. I
You're like
feel like
6'6",
I was
250.
Hit. Yeah, the game hasn't started yet, but if you say I'm hit, I'm going back to the pit, boss.
Not trying to have you, military press me over your head and throw me into this netting here.
Throws the flag at you when you get a penalty.
Yeah,
Big John is a legit 6'6", 250.
Oh, for sure. He's
big
I'm a taller guy. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
The first time I really met him, we were at Bobby Weeks' place in Virginia. He's refereeing for us. We're practicing against NRG. He makes a call that little Will Hennessy doesn't
when
like.
you saved Will Hennessy's life.
And he just runs over there and starts F-bombing him like he's going to beat him. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? If he decides we're not at a tournament, right?
Big John has that name for a reason. It's not like one of those bald guys that's curly.
It's not ironic.
It's not. Yes. Yeah. A Hennessy, not a big guy at all.
And John took it like a champ. Never even let him. I'm like, I'm so sorry. He's like, oh, I didn't even notice.
If you're 6'6" and 240, 250, and you got a dude who's coming up who's about maybe 5'6", 5'7", 155, 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you really going to take that guy seriously if he's threatening you? No, probably not.
He's in a female weight class.
So right now we're still awaiting some news here to see what the deal is. Dynasty just cooking their paint. Sun, weather not really a factor out here today so far. It's a gorgeous day well outside of Chicago. Looks like Lauren does have an update for us. Lauren, what do you got?
Yeah, so Jason was watching that frame by frame over and over again to try to figure out what the right call is to make. It sounds like Notorious will be starting down 2 bodies for this point.
Well, it was a tough break for Notorious here.
I guess Archie was right. That was a penalty.
Yeah, but they know they've got the 3 bodies already out there. Let's move on. Yeah, Archie was behind him, shot him. He turned around and shot Archie, so it's the definition of that penalty. I'm not sure why it took this long.
It's a good shot, though.
Yeah, just with 3 guys out there, you think they'd be able to figure that out pretty quick.
Jason's trying to make extra sure that we're getting everything,
He's
which I
doing
respect.
an amazing job.
I respect that.
If he'd have done that great a job on the New York game last event.
Do you think that that Jason should have a timer? Should 2 minutes, figure it out in 2 minutes, or
have some limit?
Have a limit.
I think that's fair.
It depends on the daylight we got. Because if you were on the other side of it, do you want Jason to rush through the decision that could potentially doom your chances at the tournament, or do you want him to get the call right?
But that's for the fans, right? Not for the teams, really. Hey, the fans at home.
We got a ton of extra content. We got documentary footage. We've got field walkthroughs. We got tons of stuff, man. We can burn as much time as we want. Yes,
burn it, baby.
But as far as entertaining the fans, we got some packages for that. I would like to get the call right.
This guy loves packages.
You know what I'm saying? Because as a former player, I want him to get the call right. There's a lot of people spend a lot of money to come out and do this.
But I guess from a perspective of we're still playing split deck, right? So does it mess with the momentum of possible the other team?
It totally messes with the momentum, for sure.
That's, I guess, what always has been my issue. Is hey, we're kind of got a momentum going on, and then we're still arguing about a penalty that happened in the last game.
So it's a lot to a little right now here in favor of Dynasty, and I just don't think Notorious, they're not going to concede the point because they want to keep this spread as close as possible.
They're still down there trying to figure out that penalty with NRG.
Yeah, Devin still just has a very puzzled look on his face. Really? Really, Jason? That's the call? As Dynasty going to put the finishing touches here on this point to take a 6-2 lead. But yeah, Notorious with Ryan Gray as their coach, knowing how crucial margin is, not conceding this one. He's just going to let it run. They took a loss already to New York Extreme by 4. Now they're sitting at a -8 right now, potentially going to go 0-2. That means just to get even tomorrow, they need to win both their games with comfortable margins. They need to go 2-2 with a +4 in each game. And Dynasty looks like they're going to be.
Alex looks like he's having a good time.
Alex did. He did the pinata, put your head on the bat and spin it around. I know that because I just had my son's 3rd birthday, and we had a pinata for the birthday. So,
you didn't get him a clown?
No.
Come on, man.
Clown.
Monty needs a clown in there.
1985? Clowns?
Yeah, you got to get a crazy clown in there for that kid.
We had a pinata.
I'm a clown to my kids every day.
We had a pinata. Pinata's not enough? We need a clown now?
What shape was the pinata?
It was in a dinosaur.
So he killed the dinosaur?
It was like a 2-foot dinosaur. It was a pretty sweet pinata.
Good candy? Did you guys go cheap?
Yeah, no, we put Snickers and M&Ms in that thing with toy cars and fruit snacks. It was a pretty legit pinata.
Actual animal innards.
Animal guts, duh.
It was a legit pinata, bro. We're not messing around. A 2-foot dinosaur with a bunch of dope candy in it. Yeah.
Sounds like my kind of party.
Monty's living that best life.
So yeah, it looks like. Yeah, just a Dynasty looking like San Diego Dynasty right now, answering the call against Austin Notorious. Notorious didn't have much of an answer.
Is he narrating yet? For anything?
I'm trying to get his voiceover skills up right now.
He's doing some books on tape right now.
It's a work in progress though, Carl. So we'll see.
All right.
I'm trying to get him to enunciate his word, project. You got to project and get that grow a little bit.
How's his Latin coming along?
Subpar.
Okay.
Reading more and more Stephen Pressfield.
We all have stuff to work on, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah. Again, it's going to take some time for the kid.
Yeah, he's 3. By the time he's 5, he'll have Latin knocked out.
I expect a little bit more out of the 3-year-old.
A little disappointed. I don't want to say anything as the uncle, but I was a little disappointed.
I'm a little disappointed. I think Uncle Rich, Uncle Carl will be a little disappointed.
Yeah.
He's just
he might have to come up and spend some time in Modesto.
He just wants to fight all the time.
He does have cuteness in his corner.
He's very cute. He is he's a cute savage. So yeah, so jumping in this one here is Dynasty. Yeah, it's a little dad talk. Here, 4-point spread, 6-2. Dynasty gonna want to run this score up a little bit if they get a chance. They will be content with a 4-point win, but we only have 40 seconds left to go.
Harris Hussein getting the spin again. Shoots out of back center. Doesn't get a shot, but does release to the D tower. Good to see him having some mobility out of that back center position.
Harrison crawling up to Snake 3.
NRG losing their first player. Snake
Notorious.
side. Oh, sorry, Notorious, sorry.
Yeah, Notorious losing that body, losing another body here coming out from Snake 2. So one body going to filter out from the back center. They're losing another body on the D side. Oh, 2 more. It's
5-on-1 Dynasty's advantage.
The ship has sailed here. The question now is, can Dynasty kill this last body?
Yes, they can.
And put up their 7th point in the next 7
Harrison
seconds.
got caught. Look at the Sharks.
The Sharks are swinging full court press. They're begging for a penalty. Not going to get it, and it does not appear that Dynasty will be able to put that 7th point up. Going to have to be content with a 4-point win. They'll be fine with that.
That's a little disappointing. I'm a little disappointed in that.
They got the ML Kings coming up next in, well, not next, but for the last set of the day.
Yep. The closer.
New York Extreme will be playing Uprising next, Impact and Ironman, and then Dynasty, ML Kings, and Xfactor and Rebel. That's a good set to close the day. Because ML Kings, in a win against Uprising, looked pretty good.
Yeah.
And yeah, Dynasty put up a decent amount of points here against Notorious, but Dynasty needs to stay sharp against the ML Kings. NYX, also on paper, with the point spread against Notorious, they look good too, 4-point win. But there was a lot of mistakes, Rich, that you guys made in that game. Coach Dan knew it.
That's kind of what we do, bro. Have you been tracking us for a while now?
Oh yeah, I've watched all of your games,
At some
all of your
point,
points multiple
we're going to be
times.
competitive with the top teams. Right now, we're just competitive with ourselves. We're just trying to figure out how to go out and execute what we're trying to execute.
I like that I talked to Coach Dan and I said, hey, congratulations. He said, that game was trash. We were terrible. I'm like, you still won by 4. He's like, doesn't matter. I'm like, that's exactly what I want to see out of you guys right now.
I love Dan to death. He is the most critical guy I've ever had. It's perfect.
So stage is set here. 2 more sets to go. New York Extreme and Uprising, Impact, and the Ironman coming up next. 4:45 on paper here. Central Time, and then Dynasty taking on the ML Kings and Xfactor. Close out the day here. 2023 NXL Windy City Major. I'm Eddie Marshall with Carl Markowski and Rich Telford here on Go Sports, but we'll be back.